Yeah, so as a workforce development manager, I'm responsible for creating, implementing, and maintaining all aspects of, our workforce development program in a way that we want to make sure is impactful to the communities we serve. And we also want to make sure that the program is effective and sustainable, meaning that it's going to be around for a period of time. The position really requires that I multitask and manage kind of a magnitude of projects and situations. Like I said, I manage usually between 60 and 90 paid trainees a year, as well as we have several hundred volunteers that we serve annually. So it's a lot of work to do from a workforce development standpoint. And then on top of that, I have to maintain our existing partnerships with employers, educational institutions, and community-based organizations on several fronts. So we're always kind of juggling, a bunch of different things and wearing a couple of different hats at a time. I also write grants. I invoice for grants. I manage all fee-for-service projects and handle all workforce development-related grant reporting. So overall, you have to be solution-oriented. You have to have great communication skills. You have to be diplomatic and have some diplomacy, and then really be driven with passion about the work that we do. For me, the biggest thing is being able to go into, underserved communities that have traditionally missed the boat on whenever new technologies are implemented. So when we're able to go into those communities and take somebody who's never touched a solar panel, who doesn't know anything about solar, and, in a matter of 3 to 4 months, get them trained up and get them started in a green career, for me, that's the most rewarding aspect of our work.
So a lot of our work is heavily program focused. So the skills that I typically use on a daily basis include strategic thinking, relationship building, project management, fundraising, driving for results or deeper impact. And then I think this is a critical piece, is always like active listening, being flexible, doing a postmortem on a previous program so that you can iterate and continuously improve, as we are a learning organization and want to make sure we're continuing to pivot to make sure that we're deepening our impact on the communities we're trying to serve. So I find my work in enhancing communities incredibly meaningful. It's actually aligned with my own personal mission statement, which is to embody a spirit of self-discovery and empower others to achieve their full potential. And in my role at Lacey, I feel so honored and blessed that I get to do that every day with our incredible team.
At this point, most of my job is less technical, and it's more in management, working with teams and working with communication and process for BoxPower and how we actually get these systems to the customer, because a lot of the technical stuff is already solved. I went to school for engineering. I use what I learned there to a certain degree, but I didn't study specifically what I do now. A lot of that I learned for myself. This has been something that I've been wanting to do my whole life. I remember, growing up, I grew up in a remote location and we lost power quite a bit. So energy security and making sure that you have power has been really something that I've been interested in, and I feel like what I did in my education, as well as my job, has really become fulfilled just through the fact that I've known that I wanted to make sure that people were able to have electricity.
Day to day, what the work looks like is a combination of research. So researching companies on the web, researching prospective customers, researching industry trends, looking for opportunities for my clients, researching grant opportunities, prospective partnerships. And then when I find that there are good opportunities for my client, I'll begin reaching out. And so that can look like phone calls, emails, that can look like reaching out on social media like LinkedIn, and engaging the target customer to set up a phone call or a meeting in person when that's allowed, and getting to understand their needs better, and seeing if there's a potential fit between what a potential customer needs and what the client can provide. So it's a lot of combination of research, analysis, setting up meetings, then having meetings, and doing a lot of active listening to not only understand what a customer is saying, but also digging deeper to understand where their pain points are and where the needs really are, to make sure that it's a good fit for both that customer and the client.
So every day is different at my job, but predominantly I spend my time walking our campus, making sure that our energy program is happening the way that it should. I check our utility meters and our individual building meters just for spot checking to make sure that nothing is using too much energy or operating outside of the normal bounds. In terms of the skill set, the skills that I really depend on is being able to communicate really effectively with the folks whose building I'm in. If I can't help them understand how their building works, then I don't have a good chance to really be able to pull that building in and make it as energy efficient as possible. In terms of technical skill, being able to understand simple energy management profiles and protocols, and how to read utility billing and understand rate structures. Simple things like being able to use Excel and being able to manipulate data in Excel is incredibly important. My job is heavily data dependent. So if I can't turn the data that I'm pulling out of our system into something that other people can understand, it's hard to communicate why what we do on campus is important. So in terms of what makes my job meaningful is I love being able to see that I've actually reduced our carbon footprint. When I'm able to reduce the energy that we use on our campus, I feel like I'm helping make the city of Orange a little cleaner, make the air that we're all breathing a little bit better, and just helping us all live a little more lightly on our campus and in our city.